Why would my brother want to rape my own sister? Why would my mom go out and sell my sister Kelly? Was life that hard? You know?
Okay.
What I'm gonna tell you,
I
don't care if you tell the world, because I'm 38 years old now, and it needs to be told.
And you're someone that I see all the time. You're someone that I know.
I consider you as a friend.
Definitely.
And it's very hard for me to even say that. I mean, inside me, I have a lot of hate for even men, for women, for anybody, people. I've never been psychotically evaluated for any kind of psychiatric medicine or anything. I've been shy away from all that, you know, because I don't need it, you know. I don't need all that psychiatric people prying into my brain, because I've had enough of that. My sisters, I have my sister Kelly. She looks a lot like me. She's 2 years older than me. I have my sister Heidi. She's 3.5 older than me. And I have my brother Harvey. He's about 5 years older than me. I still love him. He's my brother. That's about the only respect he's got. But it started when we came home that day. I was about 8 years old. My sister Kelly was gonna turn 10. She's almost 2 years older than me. It was gonna be her birthday. We saw 2 official cars parked out in front of our apartment. My mom didn't have much money. She was singing in bars. She was doing drugs and stuff. Single. Had a lot of boyfriends. I had a lot of dads. Some of those fathers that we so-called, only had one of them that I really liked. He used to read us the Bible at night, rock us to sleep, he pampered us. He was a little mental. My mom took advantage of him because he had checks, he had money. She didn't really love him. She just, you know, because he took care of his kids. She'd go out and have these other guys, you know, whatever. But I love my mother, no doubt. I miss her to this day. I walked in, I saw these people, uniforms. Is this one of your children? And my mom said yes, and she was crying. I said, Mom, you know, I was a mama's boy. Mom, what's the matter? So I ran up to her. Kelly walked in. She was sweating. I'll never forget her face. And I looked at her, I knew something was up at 8 years old. I've seen nothing but trouble. I've seen my sisters raped at that age and even younger. Winos breaking through the windows when we were sleeping in basements and watching them screaming and holding their mouth and beating me so I wouldn't run up the stairs and call my mom or the police. My brother Harvey was smart. He seen what was going on. He ran and hid. My sister Heidi Kelly came in and sat down. She was going to try and run out the door. They stopped her. But the question was asked to me, where do you want to live? What kind of fucking question is that for an official to ask me?
Dry humping everyone, walking around and bringing What's going on here?
Hey, leave Jerry alone.
Exactly.
All that fancy.
Anthony!
I got a gas.
Thank you. You're a pig.
I took it off because I'm running around.
Too damn cold.
I
Last in her butt.
got that for free.
Her lunch pack?
Yeah, last week me and that stupid guy Jeff were sitting here till like 2 in the morning.
Best turkey ever.
Well, back in '81, we toured with Metallica, and you know they were all alcoholics, and we were all speed freaks. So automatically there was some friction. So there ended up being a riot at this show in '84 in Milwaukee, and they went off early, and we went on, and you know. We learned that day what not to do as a rock band.
So I was brought into my uncle, Tommy. Little did I know my Uncle Tommy was a child molester. And so then my life began there. Raped almost every night until I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I finally tried to kill him. I told my grandmother about it, and my uncle came home from work one day. Officials came and took me away again. My mom had a job. They sent me back to my mom. I was about 11 years old. My oldest brother Harvey was raping my own sister Heidi. I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know, I'm already been raped by my own uncle. I got sent back to my uncle. Hold on a minute so I can... My sister Kelly, man, was sold to some people. My favorite sister in the whole world, man, and I still don't know where she's at. I love her so much, man, if I can only find her. I heard that she joined up with some kind of mafia thing about 10 years ago. She lived in Oklahoma, transporting drugs. She came through. My sister Heidi now is a biker chick, Harley Davidson wings across her chest. She lives in San Bernardino. I was innocent. I was unspoiled. You know, I wasn't tampered with. I got sent to my Uncle Tommy think something happened to him in the last couple of years of his life that he had been the only father that was to me when he realized after the age of 14, when he knew I was fighting back, when I told him this is wrong. I don't understand why you're this way. I know that you're an alcoholic and you're gay and you go to these gay bars and you come back with your lovers and you're trying to get me to comply with this gay life, you know. Well, I have nothing against that. To each his own. But why play around with me? You know, I'm 14 years old, you know, and I have to keep waking up in the middle of the night with you going down on me, and I have to slap you and, you know, get the fuck away from me. What are you doing? You're my uncle. This is sick. I should have reported you a long time ago, but then, you know, where would I be sent to? You know, where would I go?
Like, it's our the most experience in our life.
I don't want no sympathy. I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I have things I have to deal with in my mind. I have to get out of my mind myself. And with any kind of help I get from my friends without even telling them what's going on, it's because of love I get from them. You know, I feel like praying. I'm glad for a few of the uncles I had and some cousins that understood and embedded a seed in me. My grandfather, for one, he spent a lot of time with me. He even gave me my first cigarette. So those things were embedded to me at the same time. It's confusing because I was being tampered with as a child growing up, you know. I understand this being now I'm 38 years old and I still have problems with a lot of different things, you know, to sort it out, to how am I going to deal with this, you know. And I see it, I feel like I'm gifted in a lot of ways because I see it in people, and I know when I look at a child if they're tampered with, because I know the same feelings I've had. And I know the molesters. I can see it in them. I know their intentions because of their actions. I can scan them like it's nothing. And I think it's, if I just give it my all and give up what the devil has taken upon me and allow God to do his work, I can be beneficial to a lot of things in this world.
Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Give me gas in my Ford, let me pump it for the Lord. Give me gas in my Ford, I pray. Give me gas in my Ford, let me pump it for the Lord. Let me pump it till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Give me oil in my lamp, let me burning, burning, burn. Keep me all in my lamp, I pray. Give me all in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burn. Keep me burning till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna.
My father died of cancer. I wheeled him around in a wheelchair. The guy I call my dad is my uncle because, you know, after about 14 years old, he stopped, you know. He had to because I'd have beat the fuck out of him, you know, but I had to learn what forgiveness was all about. That's when I learned what forgiveness was all about. But it messed my mind up so much because I was so abused, beat, molested, raped. God, I felt like killing everybody, you know? And then what stopped me was I had God embedded in my heart. After 38 years, I've gained a little trust here and there, and then I lose it. And I gain a little because I got heroin. Nothing was good enough for me until I found heroin. For the past 8 years, 10 years, heroin's been keeping me from facing reality of those things that bother me so bad. I forget them. There's no medicine. Why would my brother want to rape my own sister? Why would my mom go out and sell my sister Kelly? Was life that hard? You know? Why would she, even knowing that my uncle and the way he was, send me to that place? Other than, you know, if she knew it was best at that time for his children, couldn't they just like put us in a care center until she can get on her feet and then get us back, like she did, you know? And then things went way wacky again, and then I got sent back to my uncle, you know? But things are more better from here. I'm away from San Bernardino. I don't have to see the same old fucked up friends that I thought I had. There's just only 2 or 3 friends that I can ever really go back and shake their hand, hug them, and tell them I missed you, and get the same reply back, and have tears in our eyes, and know that they've even also went through some of the same things that I went through growing up, because they would have never been one of them stray cats or dogs in my house. And they did something with their life, and I'm so glad. One of them's even a banker. One of them's a county clerk, accountant, public accountant. And another one is does Notary Republic and something else. She's doing really good.
Point is, if we go on attack, it's gonna go on attacking now. It's called copies and retribution. And the only way to stop it is to break the cycle. Listen, the point is, if we go on attack, it's gonna go on attacking now. Listen, the point is, if we go on attack, it's gonna go on attacking now. Listen, the point is, if we go on attack, it's gonna go on attacking now. It's called copies and retribution. And the only way to stop it is to break the cycle. Slowly. Slowly. Slowly to break the cycle. Slowly to break the cycle. Slowly to break the cycle. Try to communicate. Intelligent beings can communicate. We don't need language. Slowly. Slowly. Slowly to break the cycle. Slowly to break the cycle. Slowly to break the cycle. Try to communicate. Intelligent beings can communicate. We don't need language. Slowly. Slowly. Slowly to break the cycle. Slowly to break the cycle.
Better than my grandma's.